Yeah, your laugh went all Mickey Mouse right there. All right, I started the recording again, and hopefully won't be interrupted. I locked the fucking door. Because, man, it'd be nice to have a professional studio in which to do this with, right?
We have none,
See,
baby.
that
Start from the bottom, right?
I'm a poor guy that comes from a poor family. So what am I going to do?
Okay.
Let me try this again. Welcome once more, hopefully without any more interruptions, to the UBP of the UBG, the Unlimited Bits podcast, the reboot of the podcast that we would originally do. What was it, 3-4 years ago? Around there?
around
Yeah,
there,
well,
some
Yeah,
yeah, around there, 2014.
and nobody listened to that shit, and nobody's gonna listen to this episode. But who knows? Maybe if this shit takes off a year or 2 or 3 or 5 from now, there will be people that actually do, at least a small handful, if it's entertaining enough, and it'll be a quality product because the UBG is actually gonna be a thing now, a serious thing that hopefully will take off, and hopefully there will be success behind it. But anyway, back to a little story that I was telling you a moment ago before we got so rudely interrupted. So we walked almost 3 hours, and at the very beginning of the swap meet walk, the first thing that I see that makes me go, "Whoa, that's fucking awesome!" We go into these tables that this woman with resting bitch face has, and she has some cool stuff. She has these VR headset for phones, and I tried that shit on, but I'm like, nah, I don't want it. I don't want it bad enough to buy it. And then there was an arcade stick for Sega Genesis, and I was tempted to get that. And then on top of that, there were 3 Sega Genesis games. There was a Mickey Mouse one. I don't remember what the fuck it was called. There was another one called
Oh, shit.
Outrunners, and there was Aladdin. And Aladdin, anybody who knows anything about retro
Yeah.
games knows
Yeah.
that Aladdin is considered a classic by the general fan base of retro games. And and I thought, oh shit, okay. I thought if I asked the lady, hey, how much do you have them for? She's like 150 each, and I'm like, that's
Uh,
yeah, and for the people that aren't from Mexico, that's 150 pesos, which is only a couple of US dollars there, converted for your convenience. And I thought, oof, in pesos, that's a good chunk of change when you don't have much money in general to begin with. So I'm like, oh, okay, we'll walk the rest of the thing, and who knows, I might find other shit that's more interesting. And here's the thing: all 3 games were in their case. The cases were almost spotless. They had the manuals inside, and the cartridges themselves were in excellent condition. And I don't know how that woman, because she was at least in her 40s, and again, she had resting bitch face. So like approaching her made you go like, ugh, like I want to slap this bitch, cause she just. And then when she spoke too, she had this like really stern tone, and I'm like, woman, crack a smile, man, cause if you crack a smile, then the people that come and look at your garbage are gonna feel more tempted and more welcome to buy your shit because you're gonna be all rainbows and sunshine instead of having that resting bitch face. But yeah, we walked the entire thing, and then on the way back, uh, I tried, and I had told Javier and Teresita, I told her, I told them once we reach a spot, I'm gonna pick up all 3 of the games, and I'm gonna tell her, look, I'll take these games off your hands if you give them to me for 100 each, so 300 pesos instead of 450. And she looks at me with this. She looks like through me with that fucking stare of hers, and she's like, no. She's like, no. And then I told her, because and it's not a lie, and I'm sure that both of you know it's not a lie. I told her, well, look, it's because not just anybody has a Genesis nowadays. The average person does not own a Sega Genesis. So I told her, so for you to, sell these, you might have them for a while, so I can take them off your hands. And she's like, no, that's 150 pesos. And then I also got the arcade stick, and she wouldn't lower the price for that either. And I told her, look, give me each piece, each game for 100 and the arcade stick for 100, and I'll take them. That was 400 pesos that she could have had in her pocket for doing nothing more than sitting on her ass, and she refused to take the offer.
Wow.
walked
shit.
away.
I mean,
And I was salty for like a half an hour after, but I was like, oh well, her loss because I don't need those games. I don't need the arcade stick. I have a couple of Genesis game pads. I don't need an arcade stick of any sort. I don't need the games. But she could have had that big chunk of change in her pocket, and she decided to let it go.
Jesus fuck. I mean, all right. Maybe if I had been there, you would have gotten better luck. I mean, look at how I got that Sonic and Knuckles, right? That was such a good
A good,
I know that it, like I know that mind a little bit if you had said, oh, everyone just emulates these games anyway, so what does it really matter?
Uh huh.
That's true. Emulation is it's a big thing now. Everybody does it. You're better off fucking buying yourself a Wii with like a shit ton of emulators.
Yeah.
And you're
You
better
could've
off
just
than
gone
buying
back there with your,
SNES Classic,
computer.
NES Classic, Genesis Classic. That doesn't really
Oh
get
no,
much
don't buy
love,
the
but still
Genesis
looks pretty.
Classics. I've heard those are fucking awful. Although I feel like it would have been like one of these days you need to go back there with your like laptop in hand and just to spite her, just like like set up a little table right there in the middle of like right in front of her store. Like take out like two little controllers and just start playing Aladdin like on an emulation. Just to fucking spite her.
Yeah. I'll take my fucking USB NES game pads as well and just play with that. Look, bitch, I'm playing Aladdin on the
free.
Genesis emulator for free with 2 NES game pads that I didn't buy from you.
Take out the 400 pesos and fan yourself with them.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Exactly, because dude, I actually have a chunk of change now, and again, she could have had that, and she chose not to. Oh, and was right there too, where I saw that cartridge of the Game Genie, also for the Genesis. I think it was also there, or was it a different spot?
I think it was a different spot.
Okay, well, whatever the case, we saw another cartridge just like the one that you bought when you were here, and I didn't ask for the price for that. 'Cause I was like, I'm not really interested. I wanted the Genesis games a lot more, and well, that didn't happen. But I at least bought a microphone and actually took a picture of. I took a selfie. Oh my god! With the fucking microphone, and I got the Pokemon 2000 movie on VHS, and it's in pristine condition. I got it for 25 pesos, so it's
Which
cheap.
is like $1.25.
Yeah, it's cheap as fuck. And I mean that's awesome. I'm gonna watch it sometime soon, sooner or later. And I don't remember that movie. I know I saw it a couple of times as a kid, but I don't really remember it anymore.
Isn't that the one they did like a new like revamped version of a little while ago?
Yeah, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and apparently everyone lost their shit or something about it because apparently like Pikachu actually talks or something.
No, but that's the new one. That's I don't know if it's still in theaters or but it recently was. If it isn't,
I know that Nintendo said okay because you guys really want to see it, or Game Freak or whoever was making it said I know you guys want to see it, so like we'll keep it in a little longer. Although yeah, that was just it was I guess a retelling of their first adventure or whatever, from what I had heard. So I'm not so sure whether that's the whole Mewtwo one or it's like just retelling of the first season. I'm not so sure on that.
I think it's the retelling of the first season. Or yeah, I guess that's that. But no, I think that's those are two different things. I remember the Pokemon 2000 movie, but dude, I took photos of it. I'm gonna put them up on the UBG on Instagram. Look, plug. Oh, natural plug.
Yeah, now you have to. Now because of that, you actually have to like put the link in the description.
Yeah, I do. No, I'm actually gonna put it on screen too because I already designed the thumbnail and the wallpaper for the video. Since this is gonna be audio only, and I'm gonna put the links to the Instagram and the Twitter. No Facebook page because I already have a Facebook page for the wrestling channel, and I don't really want to use Facebook, for this as well, because too many accounts for one person to handle, man. And but anyway, yes, I'm gonna post photos of the Pokemon 2000 movie on the Instagram at Unlimited Bits Gaming for anybody who's interested who likes Instagram, because I despite the fact that I have a budget phone, which we're using to record this, I might add, because we don't have pro equipment. We're not pros. Um, Despite the fact that the phone has a kind of crappy camera, I feel like I can take decent shots with it from the comfort of my own house. So
I've seen some of the things you can do. That's not you don't like for like a budget phone or whatever. You do a really good job with your photos. So,
well,
but if you guys want to see that, you guys can just go to the Instagram page and always check it out. So
yes, there's gonna be only exclusive gaming content or stuff that's not in the cut that will come in the future. That's not fully related to gaming. Will in some way be related to the channel. And I might also add, it's probably going to be on screen when I actually put this video together. That the channel is also available on VidMe, and I actually want to promote the fact that it's on VidMe more than on YouTube, because with the apocalypse shit that's been going on for a while, and we don't know if YouTube is gonna fix up their whole policy and their whole stance on that. For creators to have a reasonable income. So for the time being, the both of the channels, the versions of the channel on YouTube and on VidMe are gonna get the same love. I mean, I'm always gonna be constantly, updating the channel on both sites or apps, depending on where you view all that stuff. And they're always gonna get regular content. It's gonna go on YouTube first, and then right after it's gonna go on VidMe, because it's faster that way if you put it up on YouTube first. And that's that. So you can watch or listen to you can watch videos and listen to these podcast episodes on VidMe or on YouTube or whatever you prefer. And that's that. Yeah. Wow. I didn't think the plug would actually come this naturally, but that's awesome.
it can be. Let me just segue into the next topic that I kind of wanted to talk about.
All right, give it to us.
Okay. All right, so here's the thing. For as much shit as Switch or whatever got, it's before it came out, people saying it was gonna fail and shit. Here's the thing. When was the last time you kind of saw a console that was gimmicky, but also really cool enough to get its own sort of separate reviews and shit, right? So say a game comes out it's out for PS4 and Xbox, right? For example, the new Skyrim, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are already plenty of reviews for this remaster of Skyrim or anything on for the PS4 and the Xbox, and they're just treated as one and the same, right? Maybe they'll be okay, this version looks a little better. But now recently as it's come out for Switch, they have their own separate reviews or their own separate videos saying, oh yeah, this version's actually pretty good or this version's pretty bad, depending on what. It's that's kind of fucking crazy, right? It's the console's gotten to that point where it's oh yeah, it's its own fucking thing. It will definitely get its own spotlight and special treatment in a way. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Dude, speaking of, and right now that you're on the Switch, you mentioned that, there's a ton of reviews already since it's been out, since the special edition of Skyrim has been out for a while. I watched, a week ago? Well, has it been a week or a couple of days? I don't know. Half a week, maybe. I watched, the day that Skyrim was released on PlayStation VR and on Switch, I watched 4 different reviews that day of Skyrim on the Switch, and out of the 4 reviews that I watched, it got 1 8 out of 10 and 3 9 out of 10s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, it got really good reviews, and I'm like, whoa, that's fucking awesome. And every fucking review pointed out the using the Joy-Cons, the motion control to shoot the bow and arrow, and the spells, and especially the lock picking. They said that with the HD rumble, and you feel the tumblers of the lock and everything, and that it's really freaking fun. And it's already fun before. I mean, I played the hell out of Skyrim on the PS3, and that lock picking's always been fun. But I can imagine, the difference that something like HD Rumble would make on the Switch. And if I ever get a Switch, and I do intend to sometime in the future, but I want a computer more. Damn, dude, I would definitely be getting Skyrim on the Switch again, just for those 2 little features alone.
Well, speaking of HD Rumble, me, a man with taste, knows that the obvious choice if you want to play something with HD Rumble, is Monopoly. Because, I don't know, man. Monopoly with HD Rumble sounds pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah, definitely.
if you want to play something with HD Rumble, you gotta play the new Senran Kagura that's coming in 2018. You know you gotta feel them tits with the HD Rumble. Monopoly ain't no Monopoly gonna beat that.
Can we name this video? You know you gotta feel them tits.
It'll be up for consideration. No promises.
Yeah, but apparently they're gonna make him feel like Jello, a Jello kind of feeling.
See, I don't know. HD Rumble.
I love how it hasn't been announced in the U.S. though. It's only been announced for Japan.
Really?
Yeah.
How long ago was it announced? Because
it was announced like at an All Direct now, and it was announced in an All Direct, but it was sort of hidden. It was only for Japan, and then like 2 hours later, someone just showed that there was a trailer on it, and it was all in Japanese, and no word for the U.S. release yet, but for Japan, I think it already has a release date in 2018.
That's crazy. God damn, I thought that game had been released a while ago. I mean, I completely forgotten about it, but now that it's been brought up again here, I thought that it had released a while ago. To hear that it hasn't been released yet, that's wow.
Or it could have been released. I haven't checked.
We need our titties.
But we need that game. Nothing has been said about it like over here, and us Americans, we get region locked a lot on a lot of shit.
The Switch doesn't have region lock, but I mean, it would be nice
to
read it in English.
To get it in English, man. They don't think we can handle a bunch of fucking like tits.
No, obviously we can.
Nintendo seems to be sort of changing their stance on that because they got Doom on the Switch.
Oh yeah,
and that's been getting good reviews as well.
Yeah,
that's been getting good reviews as well. And then there was L.A. Noire.
Yeah, from
Rockstar. And then you have Skyrim, which is also a mature game.
Yeah.
And in Skyrim you see lots of heads on spikes and burned people and blood. So,
but they know it sells, so
Yes.
I'm not so sure. I believe the new Wolfenstein was gonna be on Switch too.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
I believe so. Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. How long till GTA 5? I wonder.
How long? It'd be that'd be pretty awesome too. To see. But then you'd have all those people that complain like with all the recent ports of the Skyrim these past couple of years. They're like, oh no, fucking Rockstar is milking the hell out of GTA. Well, why the fuck wouldn't you milk a fucking franchise so successful?
All right, man.
Mm-hmm. And GTA is even bigger than Skyrim. So why wouldn't they?
Exactly.
Good point. I mean, I know that they've also been... People are not so sure on Nintendo when it comes to, like, porting Wii U. But it's also, like, you gotta realize, the Wii U is kind of dead. Like, shit, they don't even, like, support that thing on their fucking app games. Like, they don't, like, that says a lot, right?
Miiverse is already fucking dead.
And Miiverse is dead. Yeah, Miiverse, oh yeah, that's another thing. Miiverse died a little while ago, so hey, I mean, for those of you that actually bothered to play on the Miiverse stage on Smash Brothers, now you won't get slightly...
Now you won't get the Crash characters anymore. You won't get the Crash meme for the characters anymore. No Crash memes, no nothing.
Y'all gonna be missing out. Okay, though. I mean, I don't know. I kind of want to see... There are certain games that I want to see ported to Switch from the Wii U. Smash Brothers.
Smash Brothers.
But,
I think that's obviously gonna happen. Because, I mean, imagine if they didn't, they'd be leaving a lot of money on the table. How is that not good?
Yeah, but it's just a matter of, well, I mean, I suppose if they were just porting it, it wouldn't really matter that much, but I'm not so sure whether or not that would require, like, the need of the creator, like Masahiro Sakurai to come in for anything, because I know after this one, he was just, like, so fucking tired, like, he didn't want to...
and all that.
Yeah, he fucking done with that shit, but apparently... There was a trademark made by Nintendo a little while ago with, something involving Smash Brothers. I have no idea what it is, but it's something along those lines.
Smash Brothers on Switch, Nintendo. We want it. You want to give it to us. Just do it. Make it happen.
My Wii U is basically a Smash Brothers machine. That's about it. So
how about this? Do us one better. What if? What if? It sounds like a highly unlikely idea, but what if they were to re-release all the Smash Brothers games on the Switch? Imagine Smash Brothers.
I mean,
the original Smash Brothers remastered, remade,
Fuck.
like for Switch. Like
Oh.
imagine that.
all of them just in one fucking pack. Just you buy them like $60 or whatever
I'll
the
be
fuck they're
honest.
gonna price it as, special edition, whatever. And then on top of that, the fucking Switch already supports GameCube controllers. That's fucking perfect.
Boom.
A few days ago, me and
Okay,
Juan were
here's the thing,
fucking
though.
playing Mario Kart 8 with our GameCube controllers, which is fucking badass by Nintendo.
Well, actually, apparently they didn't even know that you could do that. It just allowed USB controller support, but they had no idea that it also like worked out with GameCube controllers. If I
Yeah.
remember correctly.
We were playing Sonic
And,
Mania with the GameCube controller. weren't
Yeah, we were playing Sonic Mania with the GameCube controller. I was playing Odyssey with the GameCube controller. I was fucking playing what is
You gotta show me how to do that because I really
it's
like
fucking
the idea.
easy. It's easy. You just go to the controllers. You manage them. You plug in your dock or your adapter, and then you plug it into the dock, and then it says assign controllers, and you just press L and R on the
Okay,
plugged-in
well,
controller, and that's it.
I'm not so sure. I've tried that once. I think it has something to do with the fact that my
Adapter is shit.
my adapter is garbage, so that might be it. But
Yeah, I don't know. Yours came out worse than mine. Mine came
yeah,
with like one slot not working.
The one you have right there?
No, the other one.
Oh, the other one. The one that I had here that you forgot.
And then his has like two slots that don't fucking work.
God damn.
yeah, dude, that thing is fucking garbage.
That sucks donkey balls.
But I mean, it was at the time where like fucking GameCube controller adapters and shit were super high in price. Like you couldn't get an official Nintendo one because they were that just. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was like Amiibo too.
Yeah, they're kind of working it out with Amiibo somewhat. I mean, they're not as bad as they used to be. I'll give them that much. Thank God, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'll tell you what you can thank God for. You can thank God for not going on just about every social media website ever on the internet and not being completely flooded with a steady stream of Amiibo photos.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
God, I remember when they were everywhere. God damn, I would go on Twitter, boom, 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 Amiibo this, Amiibo that. Go on Instagram, Amiibo photo after Amiibo photo after Amiibo photo. I'm like, that's great. The people are excited about all this shit, but this isn't really relevant to me, and I want to see different shit, and all I see is Amiibo. Stop it. And thankfully that calmed down since then.
Yep.
Like everything that's popular, after a little while, it dies down. And I'm okay with that.
That's good.
Yes, it is.
So, there definitely has been, like, I don't know. I remember back, it's just funny thinking about it, you know? I remember days in which you could not go to a Walmart, a GameStop, anywhere that sold Amiibos, and you would not see, like, it was impossible to not see a fucking Mario Amiibo from Smash Brothers, and now they're, like, extinct.
Yeah,
It's
they
so
don't
fucking
exist.
weird.
Fucking regular Mario doesn't exist.
That's crazy.
That's fucking sad.
Yeah,
I think stores are not buying as many Amiibo as they used to, because they just kind of slowly come to realize. You've seen like the WalMarts here, like that have like
Well, it's not that
20
they're not
top
buying
milk
them. It's just
Amiibos.
production has stopped for Amiibo.
Yeah, really.
Unless
Well, I
like
mean,
Nintendo says,
It might be a little
like,
bit of both. You've seen the Walmart here with like 30
was
top
like
milk
fucking
Amiibos.
garbage.
Yeah.
A garbage amount of supply of them.
You just save the resources to make game cards for the Smash Brothers compilation that I just came up with.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like part of that's another thing though. That whole idea for like an HD, like Smash or whatever. I don't know. There's something to it. Like there's something so like nice about like the fucking polygon-esque like fucking looking shit from the old games and stuff that I don't feel like I'd want changed.
Yes. Well, that's true. But if you wanna play the Smash Brothers as it was made, you could always just go back to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yeah, if you have it on a 64, then just play it on a 64. If you have it on the virtual console on any fucking system, then you just play it there. no biggie.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of having many options. Which, by the way, options are good, people. Like when titles go multi-platform, you have PS4, there's a game that you want, and you're like, oh no, it's only on Xbox One, it's an Xbox One exclusive or whatever. No, exclusivity isn't a good thing because more people should play good games. That's the belief that I have.
Cuphead on Switch.
Yes,
Oh
make
yeah.
that happen as well, por favor.
I feel like Xbox, since Microsoft was kind of what helped them fund that whole project for Cuphead, I feel like they would only like let them, put it on the Switch if they're like, all right, you can have Cuphead, but we want something too.
We
Give
want
us like
Mario on our Xbox.
We want Odyssey. We want Breath of the Wild. Because I don't know if you guys have seen like the some of the shit that like I think it was Phil Spencer says. He's like, oh man, we would love to have Nintendo games on our fucking console. I'm like, yeah. Anybody would love to have Nintendo games on their fucking console, but that's the thing. You probably won't. Let's be honest. Maybe you'll have a couple old rare games. Maybe you'll have Banjo-Kazooie, but you will never get a Mario.
No.
At least not right now. You won't get a fucking Mario.
Reminded me of when Gordon said, he told me earlier this year that once while we were playing, I think it was Call of Duty, of course, zombies or multiplayer, whatever the fuck it was, on Black Ops. And he told me, was like, oh, did you hear that Nintendo is releasing Mario for the PlayStation 4? And I'm like, are you stupid? He's like, no, I'm serious. I read online that they're going to release Mario for the PlayStation 4. And I'm Gordon. I just stayed quiet for a bit, and I just played along. I'm like, oh, really? He's like, yeah, man, it's going to be awesome. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I believe you, buddy. Yeah, no worries, man. I trust you 110 fucking %. That sounds about as legit as the Dragon Ball Z figurines that we saw that looked like they were made from cheap melted crayon wax.
And their eyes were fucking popping out. Like
yeah, dude. Oh god, if you would have seen them, damn it, I would have taken photos if the lighting wouldn't have been so shitty there. And no, I did have my phone with me when we went on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sunday, huh? God damn, those Dragon Ball Z figures had seen some shit.
Yeah.
God.
And they even had fucking Smash Amiibo, fucking made out of fucking melted crayon wax.
That's what it looked like. That's the best way to describe them.
Mm-hmm.
Why anybody would want to waste? And then you saw the top, the packaging where it was just this shitty printed,
picture of like the Smash Bros cutscene.
Yeah, and god, I'm just thinking, why? Imagine when we talked about this too. Remember a couple of days when we were saying like all those bad games that have ever been released and all the bootleg shit like that nobody's gonna buy. Imagine how many fucking billions of tons of resources have been wasted making bootleg and bootleg shit and bootleg games and just shovelware that nobody fucking wants after it's initially released.
They must be making something off of it. I have no clue.
No.
Because they continue to make these shit games that nobody wants. It's like, I have no clue how they profit off of it, but the fact that they keep making games just scares the fuck out of me because they're just wasting material on it.
Go green, guys. See, this is why they say that by 2050 or 2060 or whatever, there's going to be smog in the atmosphere for good, and we're all going to have fucking lung cancer, and we're going to cough every fucking day. And oh, boy. Go green.
You guys remember... Speaking of like horrible. Speaking of horrible atrocities, does anyone remember? Anyone remember that when someone got a really fucked up version of Smash Brothers, that like all the characters were like extremely warped.
Extremely warped,
and it was just god awful. Like it was like something out of a fucking creepypasta or something. And I remember for the longest time that was like the fucking talk of the town. That shit was so goddamn fun. No one had any idea how it ended up like that. But I paid $60 for it, and I'm pretty sure he still has it.
No, he would. Well, I have a feeling he still has it, but I remember he was offered like thousands of dollars for it because
Yeah.
it'll just come
It's
out.
weird, you know.
People were like offering a shit ton of money for like even fucked up amiibo, defective amiibo, and all of that.
Yeah. I remember with like defective amiibo, like the Samus with like 2 arm cannons and
Or like the 2 arm cannon Samus for.
Yeah, here's the thing about that. How does that happen? I remember when Amiibo were still hot. And I think it was after the initial first wave of Amiibo where there were the media was posting articles, regarding Nintendo's response to Amiibo shortages, and they said that the reason that there were shortages were because Amiibo were handcrafted.
Yeah, something like that. I
Something
remember
like
reading.
that. Yeah, I read something like that, and I saw it on a video or two, and I'm like, okay, if they're handcrafted, how the fuck do you get Samus amiibo that end up with 2 arm cannons?
Either they kept them up like in a sweatshop like 24/7 to the point where they're so damn tired.
They must have poor little Asian kids in the fucking slave shops that they have must be blind as well, so they pay them even less because they're like, oh, they can't see, so they're not gonna do that good a job. And they put the fucking 2 arm cannons on the Samus amiibo.
I feel like part of it was just like they're just like, oh fuck these people, have me working here making these pieces of shit. You know what? Fuck it. I'll screw it up on purpose. And someone made hundreds off it. They're like, shit.
Yeah, the handcrafting amiibo factory full of slave labor kids is right next to the to the kids that harvest the cocoa beans for Nestle to make their nest quick.
Nestle and fucking Hershey's and shit. God damn! I remember at one point they got exposed and they didn't fucking want to admit it. That shit was funny.
Fuck.
You know what we didn't say at the beginning of this shit? First off, and I've been thinking this on and off as we've been talking about all this shit, and I just keep forgetting to say it. We didn't even introduce ourselves. Like we were saying, I'm this person, I'm that person, he's that person. So I'm Juan. Javier is right here next to me, and Jonathan is in California, and he's the one that's on Facebook Messenger, and we're talking and recording this shit. And something else that we should have mentioned at the beginning of the show, this podcast is not family friendly, as you may have already noticed with all the swearing and the cussing, and now jokes about
the talk of titties.
And titties, and yes, and now jokes about slaves, kid slaves, slave labor.
This would get demonetized so fucking fast on YouTube. You have no idea.
Yes, it would.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck. That's all right. I mean, if
we ain't even making money off of this, why do we care if it gets demonetized or not?
I'm just saying. Well, like, here's the thing, though. Also another thing, I guess, if there is by chance people that watch the old podcasts and are like, God, who the fuck are these people? I mean, we used to go by names on the page or whatever. Back when we did these podcasts, I used to be Nintendo freak. Probably sound like fucking. If you listen to those old ones, it sound like fucking Mickey Mouse.
Yeah,
you sound like
Javier
fucking Minnie Mouse.
Yeah, it's fuck, man. And Javier over here is used to be Star Puncher.
Yeah.
And Juan, well, that's self-explanatory, Juanitoshet, that's fine. But yeah, that's it. Things have changed in the past, like fucking 2-3 years since the last time we did this.
I mean, we don't sound like two fucking mice anymore.
Yeah, I know.
I should have cut you off because I was actually not gonna mention the fact that was my name, because now people are gonna be able to look me up and they're gonna look at the past videos and they're gonna go, "Fuck, what was this guy thinking making all this garbage?"
But you could just censor out your name.
No, I'm not. No, I got the same. This reboot has the same. It's exactly the same, in the sense that I am not gonna edit any of the fucking audio at all. I'm not gonna cut anything out. I'm not gonna put. I might put stuff in like as the weeks go by and more episodes. We record more episodes and I put them up. I might add like a little song intro or a little outro song, stuff like that. Maybe some sound effects here and there, depending on what we talk about. But other than that, I'm not gonna really edit it much, and I'm just gonna put the UBP logo on the screen, which is what you see now as you're listening to this. and that's gonna be that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and simple, so that we can do this. I was before we started recording earlier. I asked Javier if I told him, and I've been telling him this on and off these past couple of days, that I still haven't decided if this thing should be a weekly thing or a bi-weekly thing, once a week or once every 2 weeks. What do you guys think?
Um, well, I don't know. The problem with I feel like the problem with once a week would be that it would put more of a deadline on you, since you're obviously the one that edits this, and such like that. I feel like it would put a little bit more strain on you, and there's not necessarily always things to talk about right away. I mean, there is always news every day, but it'd be like I worry that it'd get to that point where we'd be like fucking digging around for any bit of news or like anything that we can talk about. But I mean, this is a little bit more on improv and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
But I wouldn't want it to get to that point where it'd be like, oh shit, I gotta fucking think of something like I gotta talk about like next time we like meet up or anything.
Yeah, that's my sister had actually asked me like 2 days ago, like, what the fuck are you guys gonna talk about in the podcast? I'm like, I don't know. We're just gonna
Exactly.
it's the first fucking episode, I don't wanna fucking think too hard about it. I just wanna get
Exactly.
press the record button, get with the guys and go, okay, let's talk about games and the channel and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we've done, and we've got almost 40 minutes recorded already.
Mm.
And that's
Yeah.
good enough for me. If we go into a recording session thinking, okay, I want to mention this thing or that thing, good, and it can happen organically like this. This is not recorded in a pro studio, so I don't think we need to have every little thing planned out. And that's that. That's how I like it, and I actually feel I listen to a good chunk of podcasts. I've been listening to podcasts for like the past 3 goddamn years, mostly wrestling ones. But I have noticed that a lot of the more popular podcasts are the ones that are like this, off the cuff, improvised, and natural, because it's people having a conversation as they would if they were in the same room, and I've seen that people seem to enjoy that. So that's what I want this one to be. And of course, the main focus is going to be games and the channel. Like if there's been a new video uploaded on the uh, before the particular day that the podcast episode goes up that week, then that will get mentioned. Future plans for future videos will get mentioned, and we're gonna stray here and there from gaming topics and just ramble on and talk about things that we enjoy. And they're mostly going to be gaming stuff, but that's how I feel it would work, and that's how I want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds perfect to me. I'd rather not have this be kind of like a thing that you feel forced to do. This is something that I'd rather have this be for like, oh, dude, we're gonna do this. We're gonna fucking all just talk. It's like a nice talk.
Yeah, especially well, you and him, since you guys see each other often, but I don't see you guys often, and we might text here and there once in a while. We might play once in a while on the PS3 or something like that, but we don't talk all that much. So this has been said on some of the podcasts that I listen to. It gives you an excuse or a reason. I should say it's a reason to spend more time together with the people that you know, and I think that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty.
Yeah. Especially when we're mostly gonna talk about things that we all enjoy.
Yeah.
All while trying to be entertaining, but
entertaining. Are you guys gonna show
Well,
this? Are you guys gonna show this to your friends and be like, "Look at me, I'm famous. I'm in a podcast." I would say yes. I'm gonna show this to my friends, but I don't have friends, so I can't make promises.
Here's your chance. Here's your excuse to go out and make some.
No, I'm gonna share this shit though. Although I don't have plans to make a Facebook page for the channel. I am gonna share this on my Facebook, and I'm not gonna obviously give away my Facebook here because I don't want people to find me. So
that's okay. I'll just put it in the comment section.
Put it in the comment section. No, don't do that. But yeah, I'm gonna share this on Facebook. I'm obviously gonna share I'll share on Instagram and on Twitter. and I'll put links to that as well in the description, and that'll be that. How much do we have recorded? 40 minutes. Oh, cool. It hasn't felt like 40 minutes. Has it felt like 40 minutes?
No, it's felt like 20.
Well, it honestly hasn't.
No. That's awesome. Are we going to finish Sonic 3 today?
Hopefully we didn't get all the fucking emeralds. We need one.
Okay, Sonic 3 or Sonic 3 and Knuckles? Which one is it?
Sonic 3 and
Three and
Knuckles.
Knuckles.
No, I told him, dude, if we're going to play through this shit, because he had told me a couple of nights ago, he told me, hey, I played Sonic 3 just like you have, but I've never actually played it all the way through to the end. And I'm like, hey, neither have I. I've tried a couple of times, but I start and I stop, and I start and I stop, and I don't go back to it because I forget about it, or I play on other games.
You got fucked.
Or I get fucked.
That was fucking hilarious on your last live. At the fucking boss, what was it? Act 2? Or I forget the name of the stage, but you were supposed to jump.
Wasn't
at
the
the end.
Death Egg Zone?
Yeah,
Is that what it
something
was
like
called?
that.
Oh god, Death Egg.
And he fucking forgot. He didn't know you had to jump, and he fucking died.
And I died because I had 0 rings, and then the ground just gave way from under me, and I got killed without a warning. And that happened twice. And I also got screwed over, and I also got killed twice by these little, you know those doors in the Sonic games where you approach them and they open up really fast? They appear in different acts and zones, and you just approach them and they open up by themselves in a fucking jiffy, and then you go past them and they close behind you and you can't go back anymore. There was, what the fuck was the zone called?
I don't know.
Where it happened? I don't fucking remember, but it was one of the later ones. And no, it was one. The first time it was on one of the earlier ones, and then the second time it was on one of the later stages. And I just jumped up on the platform in front of the door, and out of nowhere I just died, like I got crushed. But nothing actually happened on screen that we could see. But I got robbed of 4 lives 4 different times.
5.
5?
Yeah, remember when you get the checkpoint, it still continues at your time.
Yeah, that too. Didn't that happen twice as well?
Yeah. Like, you get the checkpoint at like 9 minutes and 50 seconds, and then you go for the fucking boss, and you die or some shit because of the time. Then you respawn at the checkpoint with the same time, and you fucking die again.
Fuck me.
That's such shit. Oh my god. You know, the thing is, I'm hearing you guys struggle with this shit. I'm like, fuck, man, I remember when I played that piece of shit game. I beat it at least on 3 different occasions. The completion. That game is fucking great, but I'll be honest with you guys. There's honestly no reason to go through the trouble of not only getting the regular emeralds, but the hyper emerald as well, because you'll still get the end bonus level if you're playing a Sonic if you get just the regular 7 Chaos Emeralds. So there's no need to get the hyper ones, because the hyper ones are a fucking bitch to get. I can't. Those ones are so damn bad.
Yes.
I've had enough fucking practice with those levels. I swear, I feel like I'm a fucking pro.
The special stages.
Okay,
the special stages with the fucking spheres, I fucking hate those.
There's one thing about that. The ones you play in Mania are at 60 FPS. The ones in that you play in, Sonic 3, oh, dude, no. Sometimes your response is you can fucking press a button the second you need to, and it still won't register sometimes. If the controller just a shitty frame rate, it'll fuck you over every single time. I can't stand the blue spheres on that game.
I got them all every time, right? I don't think I fucked up.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Because like you said, Sonic Mania has fucking trained you to
yeah, Sonic Mania fucking trained me. Jesus Christ. I played through the regular ones like nothing, and then the special stages like nothing, and I didn't feel no lag or delay or anything. I played them normally, and I beat them all, and I got them. Like, I never fucked up once, but I mean, fuck, all those times I fucked up in Mania have gotten to me. That song plays in my fucking nightmares.
I'm
gonna have fucking nightmares for years.
Good luck. I think I can't remember what I feel like it was called Sandopolis Zone. If you guys
yeah, with the fucking ghosts.
Yes. And the sand, of course.
I fucking hate that zone so much, with a burning passion.
Why do you hate it?
I hate it because, oh my god, there's been multiple times in which, when the sand is rising up, so you need to push a little platform, right? You need to push the little thing to get the little door to slide
the
up.
little black barrel looking shit.
Yeah. So you have to like push it in time so that you can actually get through before the sand rises up. And there have been times where I miss it by like a second. I get fucked over and I die every single time. I hate that level so much.
I remember
Oh
Juan went
god.
into the level. He's like, "Oh, I really like the design on this stage," and he goes in a minute later, and
And then you go in the pyramid. Then you go in the pyramid and you say, I fucking hate this level. I never want to play this game again.
Yes. Yes.
Do you guys remember do you guys fight that boss beforehand, the big rock monster or whatever?
Yeah,
oh
the
yeah,
fucking golem thing.
Did you
Yeah, I never
guys
fought
choose him
him.
too? You guys choose him too, or if you like hit his head, the second he gets back up, you can hit him again and you can just like keep hitting him. You can't do shit.
yeah. That's what I did, and I just knocked him into the sand. I was like, "Is that what you're supposed to do?"
Yeah, that's it.
And I was like, "Oh, I guess it works." And then he fucking starts exploding when he touches sand.
Yeah,
Fucking
as,
video game logic.
as we all know, sand causes things to explode.
I think there's a boss at the end of like the Eggman boss where he's like in some fucking little stone thing at the end. I already had hypersonic at that point, so you could just like jump on his face and like just keep hitting him. And like as you're like hitting him while not doing anything, you're just standing there. He has this surprise expression on himself, and I just like imagine him saying, "Holy fucking shit! What is happening?" And you just wail on him. It's amazing. No, seriously though, like really would not recommend doing the hypersonic. It's such shit.
Yeah, I might give it a go or two. But like you said, yeah. I mean, fuck. I remember when I got the all the emeralds for the first time in the first Sonic. Uh, I felt kind of cheated, kind of deceived because when I got to the end, I'm like, oh, that's all I get. I'm like, that doesn't feel very rewarding. And then when not too long ago when I got through Sonic 2 with Jasmine as Tails, and that was really about the only way I think I could have ever gotten all the fucking emeralds with their help. Those fucking stages. And I love those stages, but goddamn, the last couple ones are no. I think it was the last two that were easier than like the what was it, like the fifth and sixth or the fourth and fifth. I don't remember the ones that I had a lot of trouble with. And it took us multiple tries, but it was. I mean, it was all in one go. The first time that we ever tried to pass Sonic 2 together, and we did it. And and it was awesome, and that felt more rewarding than getting all the emeralds in the first Sonic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. A lot of people, they'll give the first Sonic shit. It's slow and all this other stuff, but I don't know. There's something about that one that I like a little bit more than the rest. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
But
I love the
I love
Sonic
those
games
songs.
too. I mean, yeah. People like you said, a lot of people have that complaint that they used to market Sonic all about the speed and shit, but the most of the levels stop you at a lot of points and you lose all your speed and the thing about me is I always played Sonic as far as I can remember. I always played Sonic the classic ones slowly because I like to explore the levels. I like to collect the rings, and that's always how I've enjoyed Sonic. So that's not an issue for me.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one argument was, oh, you're supposed to go fast, but like you'll just run into enemies. I'm like, that's why you hold down when you go down on a fucking like slope. You can
Yeah,
roll into a ball and you won't get hit. I don't fucking know, dude. I love those old games though. It's funny how like once I went back to replay them all, they came out with fucking like the trailer for Mania. I fucking lost it. That was so cool.
yeah, it was. I want to get that game someday.
Mm-hmm. I've already played that through that shit like 4 times.
Yeah, it's that good. It really is.
I
That
unlocked
good.
a new
I played
mode
through.
a while back for doing the fucking spheres. That mode that lets you listen to the music in the game.
Oh, you unlocked the. Oh, really? I need to. I still need to do that myself because I don't like. I'll play a game until I feel satisfied enough to like. All right, I'm done. But there are very rare occasions in which I'll 100% it, and those blue spears are just not doing it for me.
Oh yeah, I fucking hate them, but I don't know. There's something missing. I need all of them, and I almost have all of them, but I have to suffer like 4 or 5 more hours into that before I finally get the last mode.
You know what all this conversation about Sonic makes me want to do? Well, first off, in order to do it, you and I gotta get through Sonic 3 before you leave. I don't know if you want to play later.
We can.
Yeah, so we can, so we can finish it. We're not gonna get all the emeralds, I don't think, right?
Mm-mm.
But It's not a must. I mean, that's more like a. I feel like that's more of a single player thing. Yeah,
That's more about you need to replay it.
yeah, you gotta replay it and get to know all the zones and the acts so that you can really do it. And but what it makes me want to do is after we get through Sonic 3, is I want to play. I want to try to get through the Sonic games and Sonic Gems collection because I beat Sonic the Hedgehog for Master System and Game Gear a bunch of times because it's nice and short, doesn't take you too long. You can beat it in like an hour and a half around there.
Yeah.
An hour and a half if you take your time with it, which is what I usually do. Uh, but then Sonic 2 and I don't remember if I ever played Sonic 3, but Sonic 2 I played and I've never. I think I got near the end, but I got stuck in one stage. I don't know what fucking stage it was, but I got stuck in it and I didn't continue, and that was I don't know, that was a while back, and I'm
Wait,
picking up since
in
then.
what now?
Huh?
You got stuck in what now?
I got stuck in one of the acts. I don't remember which one though, but I think it was one of the later ones in Sonic 2 for Game Gear and Master System.
Oh, I have not played any of the Game Gear games. I don't know why, because I'm very much that like, oh, I need to get all the emeralds, and I have no idea how to get the emeralds in the game.
I got all of them in the Game Gear version. I remember they're pretty easy.
In Sonic the Hedgehog?
The first
The
one, yeah.
first one, yeah. No, dude, the
Very
first
easy.
one. A lot of people, you know what when I first started playing that game, when I would play it on my Game Gear, and my Game Gear, I think it's died on me because the last time I tried to play it a couple months back, I if I remember correctly, it wouldn't turn on, or it would turn on, but the screen was just black. So I don't know what the fuck happened to it. I guess it just died. But anyway, back at the time, the first time that I was really excited about the game and I wanted to play through it, I remember that I went online. I think it was in forums where I would see that apparently the game seems to have this fame for the people that have played it of being so much harder than the Genesis games. But it's like with any of the rest of the Sonic games, if you play it enough that you get to know the stages, you don't fall in the areas that kill you. You don't run into things anymore, and you're able to find out you're able to get all the emeralds. I mean, it's just like any other Sonic game. It's just that I get the people who say, I guess the people who say that haven't played it enough to the point that they learn it enough, and it becomes easy, because really it does, and it's fucking fun too.
Yeah, I
think,
remember.
I need to give those a try.
I
Yeah,
remember
you
in
should,
the
man.
fucking.
You have gem collections, don't you?
Yes, I have it on me right now. It's you know,
Yours truly.
Javier's copy, but I can most definitely play it. Although I do have, I think I have them all the Game Gear games on my 3DS, so I could probably give that a try later.
Yeah.
I want to play Tails Adventure.
That game sucks, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I
know.
tried
I've
it
got-
and I don't know what it was about it. I just couldn't play it. I don't. It's and
I
people say
feel
it's really
like
good, but
Yeah,
That's
a lot
really
of
good
people
about
say
it.
it's good, and it is in its own way. But I don't know. There's something about the whole small screen like ratio, and there's like it doesn't feel like a fucking Sonic game to me. I don't know. Like even it is not even a Tails game either. It just doesn't.
I played Triple Trouble too. I don't remember if I played all the way through it, but I know I played it a couple of times as well. That was
Yeah,
also
played
good.
it,
I liked
yeah.
it. The slowdown sucks, but you when you take into consideration the fact that it's as old as it is and the fact that it was on the Game Gear, and you're like, if you're like me, you're forgiving of the limitations that the game has, and the slowdown. I mean, it's not definitely it'll put some people off, but I can tolerate it, and I still enjoy the games.
I remember in fucking Sonic 1 for the Game Gear though, there was this fucking level on the bridge. You had to fight fucking Eggman with no rings, I think, if I remember correctly. And the hitboxes fucking made me so angry because he would get you with like the smallest fucking hitbox. And then when you would
Wait,
slide down and you'd go on the bridge, he'd hit you. And when you try to jump on his head, when you try to jump on his fucking head, he'd still get you. Even though you're jumping directly on his fucking head, it still damages you and you fucking die.
Yeah, I remember watching you struggle with it, and then your friend like.
Yeah, and then I was like, I'll give you $1 if you can beat this. And my friend beat on his first try.
I know which boss fight you're talking about. It is easy as shit.
It's easy as fuck, but like, if you fuck up once and you have to do it over, you have no rings to get to there. And then you try to jump on his head or whatever, and sometimes the hitbox is just fucking retarded and you jump on his head, and it says it registers as you getting damaged and hit instead, and you just die.
Yeah, the average person, the average player, would not be able would struggle with that because of the fact that you have no rings if you hook up once. But for people like us who are true gamers, we can get the job done. Of course.
Yeah, I mean, I played through it and it was fucking easy. It's just that, like, when you jump on him at a certain point or time, he's invincible and he just hits you, and you, no matter even if you hit him in a weak spot, when he's going down, he's invincible and you'll just die.
Oh, that's how it is on this bitch of an earth.
Yes. But I want to play me some Gems Collection sooner than later. And maybe I can make some videos about that. Because you know what? You know what idea I've had for the channel? That I want to make videos about the games that I've played to death, that I've played until I'm sick of them. The games that I know a lot about. Like, okay, we can start off with those. And and then after that, get into games that I played a bit less.
Go for it, honestly. I mean, you have a huge fucking catalog of games that you need to just, like, play or at least give it a shot, right? I mean...
Yeah.
This is one way to get through them, right?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So I can make videos about them. Yeah, it's an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Give it a try.
Yeah. Well, with that said, is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Because we're at 56 minutes. And
Yeah, I think we should wrap it up around here. I think.
Yeah, I think we should wrap it
about
up.
an hour per episode sounds good, right?
I wonder who's even gonna get to fucking 56 minutes, but whoever does, props to you, my man
A woman.
or woman.
No, not woman.
If you do, just fucking let us know. I don't know. Maybe we'll
Tweet. No, wait, we don't have a Twitter.
Oh.
Follow us on
fucking
Instagram.
shout you out.
Comment on our Instagram, and we'll fucking send you something.
I don't know. We'll either send you something or we'll like fucking shout you out or something. I don't know. We'll be like, God damn, this person really
Thanks to
had
this
nothing better to
massive
do with
legend.
their lives.
This massive legend lasting an hour.
Yes. So, how about I actually do it properly so that people know? One more time for those that are hard of hearing. Follow Unlimited Bits on Instagram at Unlimited Bits Gaming and on Twitter at Unlimited Bits G, because some asshole took the full Unlimited Bits Gaming handle on Twitter. So apparently I'm not the first person to come up with his name, at least on Twitter. And yeah, whoever it is, fuck you, because that was mine. And I bet you're not doing anything with the name, because have you guys heard of anybody, any channel, any account anywhere called Unlimited Bits Gaming? I haven't.
Nope, they don't exist.
So fuck them, whoever did, because I bet they're not using that name for anything. But with that said, for Jonathan and for Javier and for yours truly, this was the Unlimited Bits podcast, the UBP of the UBG. And we'll catch you here next week.
Next week or the week after, depending on how we decide to make this shit.
I'm thinking next week. How about you guys?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, the next week, we'll catch you here in the UBP of the UBG. See you later.